So once you've got the hang of playing with your wrists and with your elbows, there is a little bit more of an advanced technique that you can use, which is especially useful for you when you want to get really nice ghost notes and play really fast. So we have, at the moment, we're using two different joints, okay? So we're using the kind of elbow arm joint for our bass grooves, for bass notes, and then we have obviously been practicing our wrist technique quite a lot to get our highs now. But I want to show you guys, and this is a little bit more advanced for a total beginner, but there's never a time too early to start practicing a really good technique. So I want to show you guys how you can actually keep your hands kind of just static on the cajon and actually just use the next joint area that we use. So basically your knuckles. So we're going to be using just these two fingers mainly. That's where the focus is going to be on. So your middle finger and your ring finger on both hands on the sides, and as you guys can see probably from the side camera, that my hands are just, you know, static there, it just stays there. And I can use my fingers like that just for ghost notes. And then for accents, I just actually do my usual wrist stroke. Does it make sense? So this is really, really useful if you want to go really, really fast. It's a technique that actually really spans from the flamenco cajon technique, and it's really refined. So I just wanted to share it with you guys because it's very useful, especially if you're going to start going into playing quite fast. This is a really good way to control your strokes, and basically you're getting the same movement just with a smaller stroke and less energy being used. So it's kind of a really cool technique for you guys to start just practicing. And if you sit at home, just get used to moving those and not moving your hands from the cajon at all, okay? So if my hands are straight like that diagonally, it's kind of like it's at an angle. And I just lift those two fingers. I mean, you could use all of them, of course, as well. But the focus is on those two. And I'll give you guys just an example of how this is useful within a groove setting. Did you guys see that? So I'm barely actually lifting my hands off of the cajon for most of the strokes that I'm playing in this groove. So it's quite a useful little technique for you guys to go through. And I would suggest that you do exactly the same as we've done through all our other exercises. Take a metronome, start at a really slow speed where you're comfortable, where you're not tensing your hands, and just practice that. Okay, and as you improve as a cajon player, you'll find that you want to focus more on smaller strokes. Okay, so as well as in the beginning, you'll find that you do really big movements, but as you improve and as you go through our exercises that we've looked at throughout this video and you practice faithfully, you'll see that your movements are always, your strokes are getting well smaller and well smaller, not just the actual strokes. Also, obviously your muscles get stronger, so you don't need to stroke that hard to get the same volume out, but also like the movement between the different sounds. You wouldn't be moving, for instance, big movements. You'll find a way to do that. Also, your skin will get harder as you practice, so you'll get more volume out from a smaller stroke. So that's just a little extra technique, which I think is extremely important. However, I would just say focus first on the rest and then get this technique down.